Well met. Hello.
Can I help you? The stolen letters. You want to know about Stolven? You're not the first, you know. We get outsiders coming through asking about him every so often. Always outsiders. Everyone who lives here knows better. You're out of luck, anyway. I'm missing half the archives. Firelwergen broke into the town hall not a few nights ago and tore the place to shreds. The documents you'll want are probably strewn all across Brightwood Grove by now, deep in the woods to the west. Not worth it if you ask me.
Safe
Collect
travel.
the bundle of shredded letters from Brightwood Grove. A slashed bundle of letters. To the Honorable Headmaster Krillian. My former master, I write to you so that you might know what your apprentice has been doing of late. Paying heed to your advice, I sought to build my knowledge and wisdom through travel outside the gates of our beloved Stormwind. My journeys took me to many places, but I have decided to take up residence here in the lovely town of Moonbrook. The surrounding fields of Westfall are most beautiful as the harvest approaches. Within just a few days of my visit, I found myself tutoring the local children from the nearby farmlands. The lessons went so well that the town mayor commissioned me to run a school, and construction has begun on a brand new schoolhouse. From Silverpine to Stormwind and now Moonbrook, who would have guessed I would see so much of Azeroth. Warm regards. Stalvin Mismintle. Dear noble sir. Word of your need for a tutor for your children has traveled to me here in Goldshire, where I take up temporary residence in the Lion's Pride Inn. Due to the unfortunate state of events in the region, I was forced to abandon my post as headmaster of the Moonbrook Schoolhouse. Please accept my application to serve as tutor for your offspring. Headmaster Krillian of the Academy can speak to you of my abilities if necessary. I shall travel to meet you in person when the winter rains subside and the roads are suitable for travel once again. Until then, Stalvin Mismintle of Silverpine.
Need help?
Don't go thinking that was too easy. Far greater dangers lurk deeper in the woods.
Have a good one. What can I do for you?
The Hermit. I've been told there's signs of activity at Beggar's Haunt. People have reported seeing lights in the tower to the east of town. Few would be bold enough to stay that close to Deadwind Pass. You're the first to report since I've learned about this. Go check it out and make sure whatever's in there is human. Find the denizen of the tower at Beggar's Haunt. The Night Watch. I'm afraid you're all I've got to help here, Rainseers. Stormwind's forces are so taxed by greater evils that they can't spare a single footman to protect Darkshire. It's up to me and the rest of the Night Watch to keep our homes safe. There's more threats here than just wolves, unfortunately. Rotting horrors roam near Blind Mary's Haunt, on the southeast outskirts. If they're not kept in check, they'll be visiting our homes in the night. Deal with the undead and report back to me for your bounty.
See you around.
Kill 8 rotting horrors near Blind Mary's Haunt, southeast of Darkshire. By the light, you actually went and got it? I'm shocked. I suppose I owe you thanks for returning it to the archives. In a dark corner. If you're that serious about this, I'll help you, Rainseers. I know where the other documents must be. I'm just too terrified to do anything about it. There's only a few places that those horrible Nightbane beasts gather when they're not prowling the forest. One of them's the rotting orchard to the south. They use the buildings there as their dens, so if they haven't just eaten the other documents, you might find one there, but you'll have to search their lairs thoroughly, I wager.
Have a good one.
Search the rotting orchard for the torn journal page.
Light be with you.
Were you able to find 5 wolf skirt steaks yet? The skirt steak's the best part. It's not an efficient way to cook, though. Here, have this recipe. It's a little different, but flank meat's easier to come by when you really need a meal. Ah yes, a nice lump you have there. Let me just get this seasoned with my secret spices, no looking, and get them to skittering on a skillet for a while. And, although dusky crab cakes are my specialty and I won't give out the recipe, here's the recipe for a dish that's almost as good.
Go with honor, friend. Need help?
Impressive, Rainseers. It would seem that you are capable enough to handle yourself. Perhaps a more suitable challenge could be found for one of your abilities. The Rotting Orchard. The Worgen infestation stretches further than Brightwood Grove. To the south, on the very edges of Darkshire itself, the Rotting Orchard is host to even more of the savage beasts. The Worgen there are more cunning, Rainseers, but just as savage and evil. They conjure foul shadows to tear their enemies apart from a distance. Go to the Rotting Orchard, and slay the Shadow Weavers to keep the town safe. Kill 10 Nightbane Shadow Weavers at the Rotting Orchard.
Greetings.
Look to the stars. My gnomish friend, Cog, has promised to help me build a device which will let me peer towards the stars. According to Cog's blueprint, what I need first is a way to reflect light. I remember a woman by the name of Mary who became well known around these parts for always carrying a looking glass. Perhaps you can track Mary down and see if she might lend us a reflective surface for this project? I believe she once resided in southern Duskwood.
For the Alliance.
Locate Mary and persuade her to give up a reflective surface for Victory's project.
Yes?
Why yes, I used to own a looking glass. The insane ghoul. The looking glass was one of my finest treasures until the incident. After that happened, I discarded it behind the barn. There was an insane ghoul who used to roam back there. Perhaps he picked it up. Rumor has it the devilish beast resides in the Tranquil Gardens Cemetery.
Embrace the shadow.
Retrieve Mary's looking glass from the insane ghoul. A torn journal. Giles, the boy, seems a bit rambunctious and will be a challenge to educate. However, the elder daughter, Tilo, seems exceptionally smart. I couldn't help but to notice her captivating beauty as well. She is on the cusp of womanhood now. Supposedly the Lord has arranged her marriage for next year. But I digress. This week I will accompany the family to their summer cottage near the East Vale logging camp in Elwyn, close to the Red Ridge Mountains. I hope to write more while there. Most strange and uncontrollable feeling. Never have I felt the way I did today. Whilst assisting Giles with his history lesson, Tilo was outside tending to the flower garden. After a few minutes she came inside and placed a scarlet begonia in my open palm and smiled at me in such a way that my heart felt as though it was trembling within my chest.
Can I help you?
Splendid, Rain Seers. For your service to the people of Darkshire you shall be rewarded. Bones that walk. There's even fouler undead left to deal with, Rain Seers. Tranquil Gardens Cemetery, further south of town, is a place you don't want to be caught in at night. The bones that rise from the ground there are cunning enough to remember how to swing an axe or cast a spell. I shouldn't need to explain how dangerous that makes them. Proceed with caution, but remember the people of Darkshire that will suffer if you falter. Commander Althea Ebenlock of Darkshire wants you to kill 5 skeletal warriors and 5 skeletal mages. This was all you found? That's bad news, I'm afraid. Roland's Doom. This isn't all of it. You should let it go, Rain Seers. The only place left to look is Roland's Doom. That's the mine south of town, and the largest lair of Worgen in Duskwood. Nobody in Darkshire has ever made it back from that place alive. In fact, some of the records I have here imply that's where the monsters first came from. Who knows what evil's lurking in there? Please, Rain Seers, just give it up. Let's just forget about this whole thing, and never speak of it again.
See you around.
Search Roland's Doom for the remaining pages of Stalvin's journal.
King's honor, friend.
You performed well against the Shadow Weavers, Rain Seers. But even now, years after their first arrival, there seem to be so many to replace the ones we kill. I will put my faith in Master Caravan. No doubt he will get to the bottom of the problem. Vile and tainted. Your previous accomplishments have convinced me that you are ready to take on the toughest Worgen infesting the woods. Of the Worgen that have made their new home here, the Vile Fangs and the Tainted Ones have proven the most dangerous. They've settled down near some of the caves and in the mine to the south. From far away you can even see the light from their bonfires.
Be
Kill
careful.
8 Nightbane Vile Fangs and 8 Nightbane Tainted Ones in Roland's Doom.